Hi, Scott Lackman from 4510 TV, a community worth watching. Today's episode, viewers, we're with Councillor Adam Hayne, Division 3 for Moreton Bay Regional Council. How you going, Adam?
Hey Scotty, how are you, mate?
Very good. Good to catch up with you. We try to do it once a year, and you're in your second term now as a councillor for your division. For our viewers, give us a reminder, who is Adam Hayne?
All right, ex-carpenter. I was on the tools for most of my life, but then I got into project management, and I ended up getting a job with a mob called Institute of Public Works Engineering. They're the peak body for engineers around public works. Yes. So I met a lot of engineers, a lot of council staff, and started picking up some skills around how council operates. And then Greg Chippendale retired, as you know, and encouraged me to run for it. At first I told him he was nuts. Politicians, I won't use the word I said, but he convinced me that I probably had something to bring to the table.
Yep. You're a family man, Adam?
Yeah, wife and 3 kids, yeah.
Yep. And obviously you live locally, mate?
Yeah, I do. I was in Morayfield, you sold my house there. And now I've moved to Upper Caboolture, so yeah, definitely local.
All right, for our viewers, I just want to catch up with you, mate. You're always on the ground, you're out and about, and you're very proactive in our area over the last now 5 years, I guess, into your 6th year. We purposely chose this location today. We're in Caboolture East, Hayes Street Park, which is just off Rose Street, McKean Street for the locals. Behind us, mate, tell us about Orion on Roe.
Orion on Roe, yeah, you got it right. Look, amazingly for us, this is the first of its kind in the country, apparently, and well, maybe first of its kind in Australia, New Zealand, not sure. It's a model that's very different. The developer, they bought the block sight unseen off of council, or not sight unseen, but before that they submitted any plans, so they're basically a speculator, and came to me and said, what do you think the area needs? By then I was aware that the special school, high school, was going to be built down on Lee Street here. Yep. So the obvious thing to say was we need disability housing, and apparently they went and talked to Mark Ryan and he said exactly the same thing. Yep. So we sent them on the right path, but he said to me as a local councillor, what would you like to see? And I said, well, I'd like to see a lot of the social services come out of the CBD and over to the eastern side of the train station here, because our CBD's a lot of that. Yep. And I said, wouldn't it be good if you had a one-stop shop that had the social services and all of the above? Yep. And I was just talking off the cuff, I didn't know it would be a one of a kind, but sure enough they came back with a plan and said this is what we're proposing. So what they've got out the back here, and you can't see that at the moment, I call it the backyard. That'll be 3-storey townhouses where mum and dad can live, and their loved one could live up the front here in the disability housing. Yep. So that's the first disability tower there. There's going to be another 2 on to this side of us. Yep. And the other one that you can see still under construction there is actually an office building, and that's where it can have the services. It's going to have a coffee shop, restaurant down at the bottom of it. And I'm hoping, and we're hoping, that they can get up a social services sort of a coffee shop where those people with a disability could actually learn hospitality and serve over the counter.
Yeah, definitely growing in our community, the need for disability services, but although we have those services, the accommodation and housing is the next part of that element. So I think it's a great coup for your involvement through council, and we'll acknowledge state government, Mark Ryan, our member for Morayfield, for being involved as well. But when we look at the expansion of the Caboolture Hospital, we look at, as you said, the special schools, or in Lee Street, and the expansion of that, as well as our one on Torrens Road, it just makes sense that this is the last puzzle of the equation. And if we can bring those government services out of the CBD into the community and into the neighbourhoods where it's needed, happy days. Let's roll on talking about growth and development of the area. You've got a program at the moment, Regional REDS, R-E-D-S. Tell us what that acronym is.
It's the Regional Economic Development Strategy. So a very proud moment for us. We realised last term that we're a bit light on in the economic development arm of our organisation, and we made a conscious decision then, and congratulations to Mayor Peter Flannery for sort of bringing that into fruition this term. We recognise that the ship should probably be steered from an economic strategy
Yep.
point of view. So we picked up some fantastic staff. I think we've gone from 2 staff to 12 staff in that department, and then launched the Reds through Paul Martins, our director of that department, the other week, as you know. And I invited you to join that team, mate, for feedback. Did you do it?
We'll talk off camera, but yes, I am passionate, and the viewers would know. Scotty loves Caboolture, and that's why I'm doing our platform of 4510 TV. But
It is about engagement, obviously, with business owners. So we do have the feelers out now for any local sort of leaders in a region or in an area to put your hand up and get on a panel and give us your feedback.
Lovely. For my fellow business owners in the community or leaders in the community, we'll have some links on our videos, as we always do, that you can apply for that volunteer position. I hope to maybe see you at one of those meetings, but a bit busy with real estate because of all the growth, mate. So regional development, let's move on. Again, just back to the start. If people don't know what divisions are, obviously Moreton Bay region is a big area. We amalgamated 1 million years ago into one big entity. Let's draw the outline of Division 3. What's your sort of rough boundary, mate?
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Well, to the east, the highway is my boundary. The big fish site up on Pumice-Stone Road is the top corner where the new Bunnings and everything's happening, as we all know. Yep. And then down through those sort of semi-rural areas around to where the showgrounds are. A little bit of Moodloo, Belmere. I go down into Belmere, down into Moray Field, and pretty much sort of finish down where Bunnings is, I guess, and the train line down there.
Okay, lovely. Basically, for those that have lived in the area a long time, Caboolture Moray Field's your patch.
It is, yeah. I guess that's the way to say it. It keeps it a bit simpler. Yeah.
Adam, there's a few more initiatives getting launched by council, and we touched on it briefly off camera, looking at trying to get the public encouraged to have their say to council. Off camera we can say a few little jokes and a few things, but I guess the whole thing about council and what we're proud of this new council under the heading of Peter Flannery, our mayor. There's a new direction. You're wanting more involvement. You're wanting more feedback, and obviously with that community feedback from the ratepayers, we can look at projects like this and see what people are wanting. What would you say to the public and to the ratepayers down the camera? What's the best way for them to contact you or have their say?
Most people like to have their say on Facebook, but I got to say it doesn't cut through. It's pretty easy to come across my email address or my office phone number. It's on the fridge magnets and my newsletter. So please email me. I'm always happy to get together for a coffee of a morning. A lot of residents will tell you that. But look, the new direction of this council is bright under Peter. Our mayor, he's a calming force for us. He's definitely more about community engagement and letting people have their say. So we do have these new initiatives, as you know, where people can have a survey, and it's really for us to gauge what people's perception are of council. Do they have enough knowledge of what we are doing for them? It's quite easy to get a lot done, but getting the message out to the good folks out there, they'll just drive past a fence that looks like that. They won't even know that it's us on board. So we want to try and open that up, but also get to the heartbeat of our residents and really sort of understand what makes them tick. I know wildlife, environmental is massive, but what else have we got that they want to see us do?
Yeah, I think the conversation can go, and with respect, the conversation can go far beyond potholes and koalas. There's a lot more to this region that we need to develop and need to protect. And I don't say that in just about the koalas, but there's a lot more to this area than just environmental protection. We need to look at growth. We need to look at job opportunities. We need to look at all these things that bring us together as a community. And I enjoy catching up with you, mate. Even if it's once a year, we should do it a bit more sooner, because a year ago you were so passionate talking about the Caboolture North corridor, and now here we are 12 months later.
It's almost done. It's a good story.
It's a good story. It's almost done. McDonald's are there, Bunnings is coming, retail showrooms, a whole home centre, car yards on the plan as well. in real estate, that Caboolture North Corridor or Limba, I've seen prices go up with housing, and it's all based on that infrastructure coming to service that area. So I appreciate you giving me the heads up, and if you want to know anything, either contact Adam direct through our links on the video, or just keep watching 4510 TV. As I say, a community worth watching, and stay tuned, and thanks for your time this morning.
No worries, mate. Good to see you again. Thanks.